three and Insecure, or three talking about Insecure, however you want to label us. Now today, go ahead and acknowledge that it's only really two of us today, but we do know Micah is here in spirit. Pac-Man, Pac-Man, the producer, is here in spirit. Now let's go ahead and let's start with the beginning of the episode. I want to say I'm happy Molly finally got some dick.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm happy about. But let's talk about, have you ever been in the middle of like casual sex or either just like sexual encounters and you received a text message or a phone call that was important that like the whole move? Have you ever been in that situation?
I have, but it wasn't like no emergency type. I was probably with somebody else that I shouldn't have been with, and the next person hit me on some lovey-dovey shit, and I'm like, oh my god.
So I had, when I was in high school, in my neighborhood, there was like the star athlete, and this was similar, but it wasn't the same exact situation. But there was a athlete, and we were kicking it. He decided to come out and tell me that he was bisexual. Didn't even know it at the time. And then he ended up knocking on the door. And Dad's like, Rashad, your friend's here. And I'm like, I don't even know him like that, but okay, cool. And old dude was like, hey, walk up to Kroger with me. So I was like, cool, I got you. Walked up there, and as we walked up there, he told me that, he was bisexual. He had, he was curious. So we left Kroger. I don't know what he went to go buy, and he invited me back to his place.
Time out. So you was identifying as gay already in high school, because we didn't know until college that you were gay. Well, we knew you were gay your whole life, but you didn't officially confirm it and say you were gay until college.
Right, y'all don't need to be in my business like that.
Okay, no. Okay.
I was still like out here playing and trying to figure out what I wanted.
Yeah, what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So this was like senior, this is towards me and my last girlfriend era, I guess you could say. So
he had some bad ones, y'all. My brother Kapool, okay?
So we end up going back to the house, and when we went back to the house, we're kicking it, just put it that way. And the whole time I heard your mother going up and down the street honking the horn. Yes, it was so embarrassing. She was honking the horn the whole time, and me and him were like, and I'm just like, oh my god, right? Yes. I know you hear me. I'm just like, oh my god. So I have been in a situation where I was doing that, and something serious transpired, or it was interrupted with something like a parental or something of that nature. But I want to highlight that I was happy to see, her have that moment in the episode. But that led to other things. But what was your first, whoa, wait a minute moment?
They found her mama in the hospital. Because I wasn't expecting it that early in the season. And I just wasn't expecting it. After the last episode, I wasn't expecting nothing like this to happen to Molly. I just wasn't.
Which is weird. I feel like there is some awareness to stroke victims. I think that there needs to be more awareness to stroke victims. Our grandfather, rest in heaven,
R.I.P.
Just passed away due to stroke complications, essentially. And then before then, our aunt had a stroke. Very active woman, very smart woman, very on top of it, took care of herself, everything. She had a stroke. And people don't know this. I used to be a heavy smoker. One thing that I remember, cigarettes that is, the one thing that I had to figure out was how am I going to stay off of cigarettes? And witnessing someone go through a stroke, of course, cigarette smoking increases the chances by 50%. Then that was enough alone to say, okay, now you done kick this habit, bitch, you better not smoke no more cigarettes, because this is what can happen. And it's I don't think until you have been around someone that has had a stroke, you don't really realize what all it entails. It's like being normal and then instantly suddenly being hit by something and having to start life all over again and being given bits and pieces of memory back. And then also it affects everybody physically differently. So it's just one of those things. Shout out to those who take care of people who've had strokes and also stroke victims. You are strong and my hat goes off to you. But back to Insecure. What highlights would you like to point out?
Probably when her and old dude, like, I'm seeing their relationship building. I did like the scene where he walks in, he's like, hey, I got coffee and all that but he takes his medicine and she's not bothered by it, she's not questioning it, she know what it is, and they just in that first stage of like they both really like each other. Like I love that honeymoon stage. So I thought that was dope. Like that was a big highlight.
Do you pay attention to that kind of stuff when you're kicking it with someone? Like if they take medication in the morning or at night?
I pay attention to everything.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Everything
I'm the same
they
exact
do.
way.
I watch how you respond to people that text you. Like if you get mad and you like, I gotta go off on this person. I'm like, I watch how you go off. I watch everything possible.
See,
but it's probably not good. But I watch everything a woman does. I don't
this
know.
Is the game.
It's a
Love
habit.
is a game.
Because I be thinking about this shit gonna come back to me. So if you go off on this person like this, you gonna do the same to me. So I'm like, I gotta be prepared for whatever you might.
Well, I think that's like the biggest turnoff for me. I think anybody who is rude to servers or they don't tip or they have short temper. But
short tempers you have to be careful with, because I got a short temper, but it's different. But when I see somebody with a real quick temper and just mad about stupid shit, I'm like, all right, I know what this is.
Now, I will say that I have learned that, you can't necessarily judge based upon how someone treats you, because I have dated someone who didn't have a good relationship with their mother.
That shit means a lot to me too.
Me too. But listen, I got offended by how they handled certain things and did certain things with me. And I had to realize they love their mother and they care for their mother from a distance, and as lousy too. So you can't get mad. That's how that person communicates. That's how they love. That's how they show affection. Our brother, like he's a very awkward, emotional person, but you know what I'm saying? If somebody told us something that he did, we would probably be like, oh no, he really likes you, because he don't normally do like
but
that.
See, because people do that. Jessica always tells me, she was like, it don't seem like when you deal with women, I don't think they think you like you and you like them. I'm like, well, why would you say that? Because I'm myself and I'm showing them things. She was like, well, it's things that you tell me that you say, it doesn't sound. I was like, but I'm telling them how I feel, and they're like, nah. But then it's like on the flip side, well, like we were talking about, back to Insecure, that vulnerability, or you seeing all that type of stuff. It's like, I don't know, like sometimes I be wondering, with me looking at certain things, how people move, it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing sometimes, because I feel like I overthink the situation.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to get in the process of overthinking the situation, because that leads to awkwardness. That leads to, like the last episode, misinterpretation. That leads to all of that. But I'm glad you said that, because it's vulnerability. I think that's what it is. And in the beginning part of getting to know someone, dating someone, coping with someone, courting with someone rather, any of those kind of situationships, I think that people are scared to be vulnerable and don't realize that there's actually power in vulnerability. I think when you show that vulnerable side up front, hey, I gotta wake up every morning and take mental medication to keep me going, keep me the person that you like. Or hey, I'm here for you, I want to help you, I won't hang out with you all day. That was another part of the episode that I can truly relate. I think that those beginning stages of you getting to know someone or being in a relationship can sometimes be awkward. And I'm a person who, when I get to know someone, a lot of guys that I interact with don't think that I like them, but it's just because I don't necessarily know how to be vulnerable. I wasn't raised being told I love you every day. I don't need to hear it.
It's so rare, because like me and you always talk about, we will see each other. If we see each other out, we'll be like, what's up? But like, we could be in the house and walk by each other and just not say nothing. Like, I could be in the house for 20 minutes and I know Rashad is in the next room, but I don't say nothing unless like we cross paths and I'm like, hey, did you do this? We don't say, hey, what's up? It's like, hey, did you?
Straight to the business. I don't need to say hey to you. You know what's up.
Exactly.
Like, what's going on? Like, I feel like it's because I've always been the kind of person where it's like, we all got our own outside of the household.
Exactly.
Just let me know if you need help. Let me know if someone's giving you issues. Let me know if you need a way of strategically figuring out how we gonna get back at somebody. Then that's when we need
But
to
I
talk.
think that's a problem we have. I think as we got older, we're more open with each other. But as we were younger, because we wasn't raised exactly that way with our mom, our dad was really open.
Yeah.
But it's hard for us to open up to each other as siblings. Well, we do it now because we're older, but I think in the earlier stage, we were just like trying to figure the world out and trying to figure out, like, you got your own stuff, I got my own stuff. I'm not going to put my stuff on you type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is true. And I think that, like, when you're getting to know someone, and I'm working on that right now, showing that vulnerability and not necessarily, I got it, I don't need you. Like, I
don't ask for help. I don't want you to have pity for me or nothing. When people want me to be more emotional, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So.
But what about Issa when she woke up that in the morning and she got her phone and she was already like ready to go about her way, book her day, go about her business? I have found out lately I have an issue with that, and I don't necessarily think it's a good issue, but I don't think I should be at fault for it. When you've been single for so long and you've been bouncing from person to person for so long, and you're used to the whole, I'm going to spend the night tonight, and in the morning I don't want to be all up in your day and wasting time. First of all, I
ain't
didn't
trying
know.
to spend the night. I'm gonna be honest with you. Unless I really like you, but other than that, once I'm out, I'm out. Like once I get mine, I'm out. Like I'm not just gonna spend. Like I'll be over. It could be 5 o'clock in the morning. I got to go. I'm not about to
There's
stay
people
here.
out there that wish they got invites to spend the night.
Oh yeah. I just had somebody ask me to go spend the night.
Look, I was
I
talking
don't play
to
that unless I
Man.
like you, but I don't play that. Like I'm like, bro, you gotta go.
I was
hate to
talking
be that
to
way.
a dude. Well, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me about a dude that he was talking to, and he was telling me about how the dude was like forcing him out of the house at like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had to catch myself. I was like, bro, I wish, like, I have to tell them, like, look, nah, I'll catch you later. Like, no, I already know. Like, no, bro. I'm not spending the night. Because I, in the back of my head, I could be spending the night. A lot of times, situations like that is casual. For
Yeah.
So I could be with a killer and haven't done my research and found out,
That's true.
this fool could have a significant other that I don't know about, that they never told me about, and they happen to pop up to surprise. Just my luck, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's too much to be going on in my head when it comes to like me getting to know someone. So I'm the type that, like, I don't really want to spend the night, and if I do spend the night, I'm telling you, bruh, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out as soon as we wake up. Like, I don't need you to cook.
Before you wake up, what are you talking
Right. I don't like, hey, let me out. Like, I don't need you to cook. I don't need to talk. You don't need to know what I'm doing today. You don't need to know what I got planned. Clearly, I sketched you in. That's all you
If
need
it's
to know.
casual, like I say, if I like somebody and like it ends up like that, that's different. But on some casual stuff, once I get mine, go.
So you're
Or
very
I
much
gotta
like
go.
Molly
I
in the
gotta
beginning
go.
of the scene.
Yeah, man.
Like,
and
hey,
it might be something. Yeah. It's like, all right. But like, I guess because this is my personal space too. I love, like, if they're at my house, it's my personal space. So I'm sorry, like, you know what the deal is, but you gotta go. Now, if I'm really feeling you, that's different. But I ain't really been feeling nobody lately, so
Hey,
I'm sorry.
I get it. So we talked about Molly finally getting her some D. We talked about vulnerability, and we talked about patience. Let's talk about we talked about stroke. Let's talk about patience, because patience was huge.
Oh boy,
on
has
that.
a lot of patience for Issa, and I like, because she thinks she got everything under control, but she don't, and he's letting her know, like, I'm just gonna play back and let you do what you do, because that's how he looked at her when she was talking about her mama, and he like, you doing the same shit your mama doing, but I'm not saying that because I really want to be with you, and I got to work on myself, and you got to work on yourself, so let's take our time.
Let's do it. That is how I like to shop for my significant others. I feel like if they really want to be with you, they gonna wait. They gonna be patient.
Patience is everything, and like just pursuing somebody and just wanting to be with somebody, you gotta have patience, because we all up somehow, some way.
I ignore people intentionally. Like, I will ignore you. I will try to, like, not necessarily hard to get.
Too. I want to see people crack though sometimes, because if I don't get that fit, if I hit you up 2 days in a row, and I disappear and I don't hear from you, then I know you ain't trying to with me. It gotta be a chase. It gotta be a chase. It gotta be a chase.
Let me tell you, every time I do try to reciprocate the chase,
it fails.
It fails. And I just be like, bruh, hey, get the hell out of my face. Do not play with me, because see, then I take it personal. Then it's me plotting.
Yeah, true.
And it's like I'm willing back in. Like that just happened. I ran into somebody at the skating ring who like cold shouldered me. He has a very handsome significant other now. Like I ain't even gonna lie. I'm like, damn, okay, handsome. And he is handsome. But he cold shouldered me. Finally ran into me in the skating ring, and once again, oh my God, how have you been? And I've seen a message in my DM, but I ain't even checked it yet. But bruh, once you fail that cat mouse game, Chase, then
it's gotta be a chase somewhat. Now I'm not saying you gotta be boom boom boom, but if I hit you, I get your number, I say let's do this. If I don't hear back like, hey, let's do X, Y, and Z. Like, are you good? I don't even want a good morning text, but if I just don't get no type of the same energy back, then I gotta go. And it's nothing personal, just being real. I ain't about to stick around for this because I done it before. When I was younger, I was the worst. I would just you should be with me, basically, like I'm a good guy, or
oh hell no.
Like no, like what I mean by like that is like I would just be putting pressure on these women for no.
Like some women like pressure being put on.
The women that like pressure be like
can't handle it.
Yeah, and they be a little cuckoo too.
Oh well. I ain't never been into the beg you or sell myself, and sell myself to you and let you see what great person I am.
Myself so bad when I was younger. Oh my God, because I didn't know no better. I didn't talk to a lot of women, so I didn't know how to go about it. But now that I'm older and I've talked to more women, I'm just like, hey, if you like me, you like me. If you don't,
you with the you with the shits.
Yeah.
I'm like that too. I don't put it past nobody.
And I don't take personal. If you me, if you don't, you don't. Like, I'm not gonna hold it against you, because whoever else who's supposed to be there for you, go get them.
Don't take it personal, but if I've opened up and I've allowed you in and I've offered my being to you and you've rejected it, then we got a problem.
Yeah.
Like straight up, no game. So, anyways, the recap.
Patience is key. You're right.
I was about to say that.
Patience.
The recap essentially gave me very much be vulnerable, very much patient. The patient guy is not always the nice guy, and doesn't make you weak if you patient.
Nah.
Patience is strategically being very, very strong in willpower.
You gotta play it out, boys. Okay. What I mean by that is, be patient, because everybody else gonna be aggressive over her. But if your ass sit back there and just chill and be yourself, she can be like, let me see what he's doing. But if you that nigga that's like, hey, good morning, let's go do this, go do that, she ain't with you. You annoying and you boring to her.
Stop.
But the dude that's curious, like sitting back, like she want me, she don't. They the ones they always want.
Stop the good morning text.
Oh my God, yes.
Stop.
But you know what? The reason why dudes or women do the good morning texts is because they're not used to getting abundance of them. When you start getting enough good morning texts, like, what the are you texting me good morning for? I don't even know you.
Bruh, I want you to remember me. I want to know that I came across your mind in the middle of the day. So let me know at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Be spontaneous. Hit them ass up at like 3 o'clock. Hey, what's up? You want to do something tonight? Oh my God. Don't be doing this. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning. How's your day? I hope you have a wonderful day. Writing poems from that shit's boring.
Do not chase. Do not chase. Be patient. What comes for you comes to you.
And stop thinking everything is for you. Just because they look good and you having your idea that this would be a good person for you, don't mean they for you. Let that go. Like, if you shoot your shot and don't work out, go to the next one. There's no point of waiting around for nobody. Like, right. You can't force nobody to be with you.
Facts. I agree with that 100%. So, the patient guy is not always necessarily the nice guy, and it don't make you weak. So definitely don't rush. Quit putting pressure. Quit being so aggressive. Chill out. Let things take its time, take its course, and it always figures itself out.
Because if you a star, or if you just that guy, it's gonna come. But if you keep don't put don't have to put on pressure. If somebody wants you, they want you. Because you would do the same thing if you want somebody. Yeah, you gotta know your self-worth. Like, don't be out here trying to like make somebody. Don't be trying to sell yourself. That's what people do on Instagram and all social media. Hey, bitch, we know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. You trying to get somebody, you want some attention. Like, come on.
I love it. Or don't fall for these dudes. And let me holler at the gay guys. Don't fall for these dudes that slide in your DM because you do have a presence on social media, or you do decide to take a picture even though you know that you are a cutie in these streets, but you just don't feel the need to always be on social media, all over social media. Don't fall for that weak ass game that when you post that one cute pic that you could easily post every day if you wanted to, and then everybody come flooding in your DMs and trying to figure out what you've been up to and how you doing and all that nonsense. That was not patience. That is, I'm just gonna check the temperature, check the pulse to see if he's vulnerable at this moment, and I can slide through. And we don't want them having that access or capability.
And fellas, stop giving these women these hard eyes on your damn Instagram, because you're in this story. I'm gonna tell you right now, it don't mean they don't care. Don't do it.
See, that's a move. That's what guys do.
I used to do this because I didn't think nothing of it. I'd be like,
I would have told you to stop that.
Swipe up the story and hit the hard eyes. Like, oh, that's a nice picture.
Don't nobody want no.
Don't do that shit. I did it. Okay. If you think she's cute, say some to her. Okay. How about that?
Now don't do no. I don't like that.
What?
You can't tell someone how to approach. This is something that is on a lot of dating apps. You can't tell me not to wink at you on a dating app. You can't tell me not to wave at you. You can't tell me to not sup you or what's up. Like, if that is how that person communicates to you, let that be how that person communicates to you. How about you not be so petty and give that person an opportunity, because you're already judging me based upon how I greet you. What if you make me nervous and I don't want to say hello to you because I want you to know that I like you?
That's true.
You know, like, you can't tell someone how to communicate with you. If that's the case, your ass don't need to be looking for anybody. You need to work on communicating within yourself and stay to yourself.
That's true. I can see that.
I'm over it. That is all I got to say for this episode of Insecure. I don't have any takeaway notes. Do you?
Wait, we forgot.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen between Issa and Lawrence? Because he's looking like, I got this baby, I got this.
Oh my
God. We beefing, but I just seen the love of my life, and he looked like he wanted to go say something, and then she came back like, oh,
ridiculous.
Yes. So the next episode, I feel like it's about to be fire as but
wait a minute.
Where do we go from here?
Wait a minute. I could have swore I said
you did.
that homeboy was gonna roll right through there, and I said that baby was gonna make him a better man. And y'all laughed at me. I'ma find that footage, because I know I said that.
You didn't say that. You did. But we still don't know.
We don't.
But
let me tell you this. She stopped in her tracks. He stopped in his tracks.
She stopped and hid behind a wall. So, yeah, you're right. You did say that.
Told you. See, that's the thing about love. That's the thing about your significant other. That's the thing about soul contracts, kindred spirits, all of that. It's always the people that you don't think that are substantial in your life that end up being the most substantial in your life.
Oh, hell yeah.
You always look over the people who have that key that you don't necessarily know you even missing.
That's true. Because we lust for everybody else.
Exactly.
But the person that's right in front of you that you see is
the
right
Bible
here.
talks about lusting and temptation. Usually when you hit something and it ain't meant for you, there's a consequence that comes with it. And this one is 18 years long for him. But it doesn't necessarily mean this is his happy place, because he did not come there in hopes of being a father.
Yeah.
Like loving, happily married father, rather. And let's remember the last episode, they scheduled that doctor's appointment was already scheduled. And they fought about that.
Yeah, because they was fighting and they was trying to figure out how they was gonna work this out, or how they gonna make all this work. So yeah, you're right.
So let me end it on this note. things happen for a reason, because this all was already planned. He had already planned his doctor's visit, and he was arguing. Well, the baby mama, already planned his doctor's visit. They were arguing about, and he apparently got to go to this doctor's visit, and just so happened Issa was there being a good friend, doing something positive and in a nice light,
and just had a great time with a boyfriend.
Yeah, had a great, amazing time.
Had to go find a dog and
How
so,
do you feel like
yeah.
that? How do you feel like Lawrence showing up
Was coincidence?
trumps the experience that she is trying to start?
I feel like it sets her back because she wants to move forward, but at the same time, they was together for a long ass time.
How does it set her back? Do you think it's going to set her back with vulnerability? Do you think it's going to set her back with interest?
Start yeah, I think interest, and I think she's gonna start questioning a lot of with old boy now, and she gonna be sitting there like, damn. And then I feel like he gonna hit her up and be like, hey, I saw you the other day, type and they gonna go out to eat, and they gonna talk about some and I don't know. I don't know. I'm up. I didn't expect this nigga to pop up and her pop up at the same time.
I'm so smart.
So, and you said it, but
I can't wait till Pac-Man's back.
was here. Yeah, because he would be here to help us out with this.
All right, well, until then, I want to wrap it up this time for real. I can't believe I forgot the hospital scene. It was a pleasure chatting with another dude about Insecure and trying to figure out how this is going to end. Right now, I wasn't feeling so good and hot about the last review that we did, but right now, I feel like I wasn't tripping and I might be on track with something. So we will see you next week with episode, that'll be 6, right?
Yeah.
With episode 6 review for Insecure. Comment below your favorite part of this episode, and also comment below if you think that Lawrence has threw the monkey wrench in the situation and he might stop something that's trying to start.